Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today for another video. So in this video, we're going to take a look at my March 20th trading day, and we're going to take a look at what those numbers look like, what the totals came out to be, the losses, and we're also going to talk a little bit more about April and what I'm hoping to do, especially when it comes to my goals for April, when it comes to my trading journey as well. I just think it's nice to be able to journal and document my March trading days as well prior to starting on my April trading. Just kind of making sure to put a little bit more context out there, I think is really important. So we'll be taking a look at March 20th today. I took a look at a different trading day in my previous videos. So if you're interested in kind of seeing how different days have been going so far, feel free to kind of go back and watch those after this video. But yes, let's go ahead and see what that trading day looked like for us, how much we were able to make, and go from there.
Okay, so we're going to take a look at March 20th as I make videos reviewing some of the trade days that I had in the previous month, which is March. We're now in April. I was thinking about starting with this week in April, but I decided to give a little bit more context as I continue on in my trading journey and start with reviewing more trades that I did, more trade days that I did in March. Now, as I continue on in my journey here, I'm consistently working on elevating the trading to the point where it fits more seamlessly into my lifestyle. So as I mentioned in my previous video, in the first video I made talking about how I first got into futures trading, I'm more of a swing trader. And one of the biggest reasons, if not the biggest reasons, is lifestyle. So although this month, the month of March, I did do quite a bit of day trading. I did that on purpose because I wanted to learn more about trading. And so for the most part, every single day, I would day trade. I wanted to learn specific days that might be better for trading for me and my psychology. I wanted to learn more about the candles, more about the charts, more about everything else. So although I did pay attention to the numbers from a higher level perspective, I ended the month in the positive. My main goal was just to kind of learn as much as possible and to figure out the next steps and continue to take the next steps towards becoming more and more of a swing trader. So lessening my day trades over time until I get comfortable with just doing daily swings, or sometimes those swings could take a couple of days, which is fine. And so now in April, I am doing more swings than I am day trading. I'm very excited about that, but I'll cover that in future videos as we go through the trades for April once we've covered trades that I took in March and my experiences and maybe some things that I've learned from that. So as you can see here, March 20th, I made over $1,000 trading. Again, I trade on my phone. I just use the app. I find that to be a lot more convenient for me. But I've had some interesting, it's like the pros and cons of that. So I'll probably make another video talking about that. Okay, so this is the breakdown for March 20th. So my losses on March 20th amounted to $189.57. And so my actual profit was $1,409.71. So you can kind of see that that's the breakdown here. So the remainder of the funds, I believe, was fees. So I think I had a little bit over $200 in fees. Every time you place a trade, every time, and the fees go up. I've noticed, which I didn't realize or think of when I first started, but with every contract, it's the fees accumulate per contract. So if it's like 79 cents to place a particular type of trade for one contract, if I'm trading like 20 contracts, that's 0.79 cents times 20 each time I place a trade, each time I exit the trade. So the fees actually accumulates quite quickly. So after fees and everything has been taken out, my profits end up at $1,014.63. One of the things that I will be working on in April this month is reducing the amounts of trades that I'm putting, because I feel like just by reducing the amount of trades that I'm putting in, that alone is going to make me money because I won't have to pay as much in fees. I wasn't worried about it for the month of March because I kind of factored that in and I view that as tuition. I would much rather pay tuition in the form of actually execution and executing and learning by doing and executing as opposed to any other way available. So I just had to pick a platform that I was happy learning on and comfortable learning on and comfortable paying that tuition too. So I use Webull again. So that's what I use for my trading. So I had that factored in. I wasn't even keeping track of how much it was. I didn't add that to my stress levels on purpose. And I just knew that what I wanted to focus on that month and in the month of February, because I believe I started kind of doing this a little bit more in February, was taking as many trades as I felt like I needed to take, doing whatever it is I needed to do in the moment to learn as much as I needed to learn and get more comfortable with trading and kind of see what I wanted to see. It's kind of hard to explain, but that was my focus. So with that being said, this month, the month of April, I'm at the point now where I feel like, okay, I've gotten a good chunk of information. Still learning, of course, and I don't think that'll ever stop. But now I feel more comfortable shooting for the goal of less trades. So just by taking less trades daily, because keep in mind, this is for the most part daily or at least weekly, right? Just by doing that, that's going to save me a whole lot of money, right? Especially when it comes to fees. And I'm looking to transition into short-term swing trades. So I'll be looking at being in each trade for maybe 1 to 3 days or so. We'll kind of see how those shake out and continuing to grow my portfolio in that way. I think day trading is nice. I like having the skill, so I might continue day trading on specific days, twice a week. So I will keep you guys posted on the next steps and what that continues to look like as I evolve. And at this point, I'm not really changing anything for the most part. Everything is kind of already there in the way that I like it. So all I'm doing is moving up in my learning process with the tools that are already there. So I'm past the I feel like I'm kind of past the phase of wondering, does this strategy work? Does that strategy work? I kind of know what works and what doesn't and what works best for me. And so it's more of, okay, how do I want to execute said strategy? How do I want to execute during the week? What do I want my goals to be weekly? Do I want them to be monthly? Which right now I'm looking at monthly. I started with weekly goals because I was doing more frequent trading. And now I'm at monthly starting this month because with transitioning more to swing trading, I feel like it's more appropriate and less stressful on me as well. So I'm excited. I've already started. Actually, I started this last week. Or was it this week? It was like sometime last week, this week, but over time I had already kind of started implementing those tweaks, and it just kind of happens naturally depending on your goals. March 20th, I guess my losses were not that high, but the fees were pretty high to take the trade. So I'm excited to continue to elevate the more experience I get. So that's what March 20th looked like for me. Futures trading. I was able to profit $1,409.71 with a total loss of $189.57. Okay, well, if you are interested in continuing with me on my journey, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment below if there's anything in particular that you'd like to see, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.